Hello, this is Dr. Lloyd Tupper, founder of the Thomas Trowett Institute, inviting you to attend my next Sunday afternoon in the City lecture series. I will be speaking on We Cannot Live a Choiceless Life. I was inspired to choose this topic from Dr. Ernest Holmes, who in the Science of Mind textbook on page 143 under the caption of The Power of Thought states it as follows. We cannot live a choiceless life. Every day, every moment, every second, there is a choice. If it were not so, we would not be individuals. He says further, we have the right to choose what we wish to experience. We have the right to choose the kind of companions with whom we wish to associate, to say in what city and in what type of house we would like to live. We are individuals, and the only way we can be individuals is to be spontaneous. Okay, enough of Dr. Holmes. One of my other mentors and teacher was Dr. Raymond Charles Barker, and in his classic book, The Power of Decision, he says, not making a decision, or in essence, not choosing to be specific about what it is you want to intend life to produce, is a decision to fail. Now, I know in talking with many of my friends and other clergy and people in the self-help industry that these times in which we find ourselves are very challenging. Most people today are not making constructive choices, and primarily because they feel they are a victim of the times in which we live, and specifically in the economies which are affecting our everyday life. So what is it that they do? My investigation has led me to believe that they live what I call passive existence. Seemingly, this is all that they can muster. They take the brunt of what life deals them, and they are passive, or they think they can do nothing about it. But I believe, along with Dr. Holmes and Dr. Barker, that we always have a choice. We can, in fact, be passive and take whatever life gives us, and prayerfully it won't be too hard to bear. But then on the other side, we can also, without denying the experience that we're going through, reach for a higher reality. Now you might think, as I know some people do, that this is a Pollyannish approach to very difficult challenges. But I ask you as I ask myself, would you rather just lie down and be run over and live like, say, an animal that lives a passive life and now has no conscious choice? Or would you rather pick yourself up by your bootstraps, to quote Walt Whitman, and to realize that there's more that is contained about you than exists between your hat and your boots? That's the essence of this talk, drawing on that infinite power that knows nothing about recession, double-dip recession, or the big D word that no one wants to mention called depression. It only knows that it is the creative medium that is available to all creation. I think Scripture said, the sun and the rain fall on the good and the evil alike, meaning that it gives of itself to all of us. So the question is, can you open yourself to be an inlet to this creative impulsion that is seeking expression and expansion through self-conscious beings, spiritual beings, who are having a human experience and are desirous, because of an impartation within them, to expand and to experience in the midst of all this tumultuous activity that is taking place, to expand into a peaceful sense that there is that within us, about us, and throughout us that affords us a choice through intention to express the life divine, that life that is yours and that life that is mine. Now, I will give specific instruction or inspiration or direction, as you would call it, during this lecture which I plan to give this coming Sunday. And I would be honored by your presence if you would come and be with us, those of us who call ourselves students of truth, and let us move through and rise up above all the clamor and all the doomsday predictions, and experience a sense of peace and well-being and refreshment. And since I quoted scripture earlier, one such quote I like very much, and that is, let us armor ourselves in the Christ consciousness, that which was imparted to Buddha, to Jesus, to Mother Teresa, to Albert Einstein, to Mozart, Beethoven, all the great artists who had challenges just like we do, and yet they overcame them. I think that promise that with God all things are possible, and I know that promise is intended for you as it is for me and all creativity. But we must choose to have the promise fulfilled. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.